welcome everyone to the MMOs.com podcast. Altay here for episode 204. I'm joined this week by
Remo. Another week. And I want to start off with talking about an opportunity MMOs.com passed on. All right. So actually, this week, guys, we were offered $800 to make a video for this game. All right, but I ended up passing on it. So take a look at the game, Altay.
Oh, this game. I remember this game.
Yeah.
You passed on this?
I passed on it only because when we get paid to make videos for games, it's always with a pretty strong caveat that like you can't tell me what I can say or cannot say in my video. And most of the time, it's okay. You know, most companies are like, yeah, that's fair, right? You know, they don't expect a puff piece. You know, they expect coverage. That's it. That's what they're paying for. So this game though was actually the worst, one of the worst mobile MMORPGs I've ever played, and one of the worst games we're offered to play for money, right? So I played the game. Clearly, I'm level 241, guys. You know, I'm auto playing the game.
241. That's pretty impressive. Wow.
I mean, again, I'm a pro, right? The game plays itself, right? I'm literally auto playing and leaving the game on running, right? So like, I told the guys like I'm not gonna outright bash the game, which in general, if you've seen my first look videos, I'm not like this game is unplayable, the game is bad. I don't usually say that, you know. I'll criticize like the parts I don't like. And I'm generally pretty neutral, I think. I'm pretty fair to a lot of games I do first look videos for. They're not meant to be like super hard critiques, just what I don't like and what works, and I talk about the genre. So I told these guys, like, listen, you know, they kept asking me to like talk about very specific things. I'm like, by the way, guys, I told you from the get-go, you know, this is the way it's going to work. Now, from my experience with this game, it's 10% positive, 40% negative, and 50% neutral. After I told them that, they backed away. They didn't want to do it, which is fine. I gave them the option to back away. But we did pass on $800, boys. All right,
a noble goal.
So MMOs.com keeps it legit. All right, we got paid for a few other videos. I think. I mean, one of the ones we got for the Naruto Online one, we got paid for that. What was it called? That game by COG Games, the one before El Sword. Why is it escaping me, Altay? What's the game before El Sword? That's kind of like it. Altay, help me out here. It's just like El Sword, but like the one before it. Grand Chase, yeah, Grand Chase Mobile. They paid us as well. The game was okay. It was firmly generic, though. I mentioned that too. But yeah, Grand Chase offered us money. A few other companies have offered us money in the past. But yeah, we did pass up on this game. Look at this UI, Altay. Look at this UI. Look how disgusting this is.
It's beautiful.
This is the actual UI in the game. And when you think it doesn't get better when you're playing the game too, because when you're playing the game, shit's flying all over the screen, and like text appears on the screen all the time while you're trying to play the game. It's unplayable. Who designed this? Imagine playing this on your phone. It's a tablet.
I love how there's a separate UI button for language. I mean, most games would put that under the second one next to it, called settings, right? So inside settings would be the language option. But this game decided language needs its own UI button right there.
Yeah, I hate these the UI for these Chinese games and the game design philosophy. I actually just outright hate them at this point. They're just so bad. Well, like you see, like there's actually like 1,000 ways to power up your character. It makes no sense. Like you can upgrade your pets, you can upgrade your soul crystals, you can upgrade your runes, you can upgrade every piece of individual gear. You can upgrade like your other soul over here. There's like a billion things to upgrade. Like your companions, your mounts, your wings, your divine dragons. You can synthesize stuff. You get skills. You get glyphs. And glyphs and runes are different. I don't get it. There's just a billion ways to upgrade your character, and every time you disenchant gear, you upgrade your other like inner soul. I don't get it. It is the most mismatch. They threw a billion things at the wall and they see what sticks, and it's an unplayable mess. These Chinese mobile MMORPGs.
But I bet it's making money.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it obviously pay to win goes without saying too. Like it's just like fact, you know. The more money you pay, just the stronger you get. You can like there are literally certain dungeons in the game you can only gain access to if you pay money. So obviously, pay to win kind of goes with it.
You know, one of the problems these games have is they introduce all these features within the first like 10 minutes. It's just too quick. You know, I remember in WoW, classic WoW, you wouldn't get talent points till level 10. So it gave you kind of, you know, you kind of have time to, you know, okay, I understand how this works. Now I can try this. But these games are like, click here, Drune, dude, like you said, it's just too much. It's overwhelming. I don't know how people juggle it all.
Yeah, it's very strange. I know. Game is pretty meh, but there you go. That kind of applies to almost all Chinese mobile games. Unfortunately, they all kind of fall into that same nonsense.
Indeed.
But yeah, we should talk a little bit about this new MMORPG that was announced just this week. Though, before I talk about Roblox, I want to talk about as well. But new isometric MMORPG CorePunk announced. Did you see the trailer for it yet, Altay?
I'll play the trailer here. Mute it though. It looks interesting because first of all, I love the camera style. So it's isometric. And so tell us a little about the game, because you said you read about it while we watched the trailer here.
Yeah, I mean, it's an actual MMORPG. So when you see the gameplay trailer, it kind of makes you think, oh, this is like a Diablo game or, Path of Exile style ARPG, right? But no, they build themselves as an actual MMORPG. They call themselves an MMORPG. They have a seamless open world. They have all the things you'd expect in an MMORPG, with crafting, PvP, branch, but it's a real MMORPG. And the crazy part to me is it's not just like an indie game. This isn't like just a random nonsense game which was just announced. It's probably never going to come out. No, this is going to happen, guys. This is I think it's a Dutch game studio making it called Max Buff, and apparently they have over 100 people working on the game already. This isn't like a 3-person team. Over 100 people are apparently working on this game, and this was announced just today, actually. So, and on the PC. So it's not just a mobile game either. It's a PC MMORPG, trying to be, and I like it. I'm surprised to see it because we haven't really seen too many new PC MMORPGs over the last, couple of years. But this seems to be a real budgeted PC MMORPG. No word on if it's going to be buy-to-play, subscription-based, or free-to-play just yet. But of course, on the FAQ page, they say the business model for CorePunk will be announced soon. We are fundamentally against pay-to-win. But then again, literally everyone says they're against pay-to-win.
First of all, I like the little gimmick they have where it's they call it's an open world game, but it's got Fog of War, which is kind of cool, right? It's a concept from either action RPGs or RTS. But here, so it's a Fog of War MMORPG, so you can kind of explore the map as you go and reveal the areas you've been to.
I really like what I see. I like this isometric style. I like games like Path of Exile and Diablo. So having this with a MMORPG seems like it could be really good. I'm excited for this one. Again, no word on when it's coming out yet. We do know open beta test is sometime in Q4 2020. But it's nice that when we got a trailer and we have a pretty clear path to release. Open beta is not released technically, but let's be real, guys. For practically any MMO, when they say open beta, it's released. Anytime there's a no wipe release, it's released. So we'll be able to actually play this game by the end of next year, which it seems like a while, but compared to, I guess, all those Kickstarter crowdfunded MMORPGs, it's not bad at all. It's in Crowfall, it's always never going to come out anytime soon. I
actually like this reveal style better than for even Diablo 4. Diablo 4 I think was forced to reveal early because they did a disaster last year with the Diablo Immortal. So, but Diablo 4 is not coming out for multiple years, which I think is too long of a window. So the fact that these guys are going to be playable, in 12 months from now, I think is a good sign.
Not just playable; it's going to be released basically in 12 months. Yeah. So I'm excited for CorePunk. It's not just another Chinese developed game. It's not another Korean. Not that there's anything wrong with Chinese and Korean games, but when I hear Chinese MMORPGs coming to the West, I do have an expectation based on all the Chinese MMORPGs I've played that it's just not going to be like this great amazing thing. Are there any Chinese MMORPGs that anybody plays in the West that are popular? I don't think so. The games are big in China, but aren't these a single Chinese mobile MMORPG or PC MMORPG that's popular in the West? So. And it just doesn't jive well with Western taste. And the fact that this is developed by a Western studio makes me more excited for it.
I don't know, man. This UI looks a little too simple for me. I need 12 more buttons on the top, 10 on the sides. Then I think they got a hit.
But it looks pretty. Not too much information is known about it just yet, but I'm excited for this one. It's always good to see that PC MMORPGs aren't dead yet. We've long opined about PC MMORPGs dying, but we do occasionally get some flicker of hope. Some game gets announced on the PC that could potentially, I guess, revive the genre.
Well, there's plenty of vibrancy in a different part of the MMO genre, the mobile version, mobile area, and yet another previously mobile MMORPG now has a mobile version, and this one is Seal Online MMOR. Do you remember this one?
Yes. So Seal Online made a mobile version. It's a PC MMORPG. Now didn't they have that mobile version for a while? What's it called?
I think it's just called Seal Online M.
So I'm not surprised.
I remember playing this one back in the day.
This was obscure. It's so weird to see a Seal Online mobile game. Who actually did anybody in our chat play Seal Online? It was such an obscure game. It was never particularly popular. I mean, think of Fly for Fun. At least people played that game back in the day. It was kind of obscure, not nearly as popular as MapleStar, but people heard of it. I imagine not many people even played Seal Online back in the day. There we go. Yashi TCG played it. I'm sure a few people did, but it was very obscure.
It was, but I feel like the people who kind of hang around in the free-to-play MMORPG space, in that early 2000s time era, I think a lot of them have at least heard of this game.
I forget about it pretty often. That game does not ring a bell to me pretty often because it is so obscure. All right, I want to jump to what is working though. All right, what totally blew my mind is Roblox. We've talked about Roblox in the past, but it's a game I've played Roblox maybe 4 or 5 times in the past, and that's it. And I played recently with Altay, and we looked at some of the popular games on Roblox. So I linked you some of the most popular games on Roblox, and this genre, right? This idea of player created content we've talked about in MMORPGs for a long time, but it really works wonders for Roblox. The game has like millions of players. It's one of the highest grossing games, and they have it on mobile as well. But like, I want to show you one particular game, guys, on Roblox, which kind of blew my mind. So the game is called New Swords Ninja Legends. Okay, so you can see on the most popular list that at this moment, guys, there are 56,000 players playing this game. All right, and just for context, Altay, maybe you can show them the Steam charts for the highest and most played games on here on Steam.
So the most played games on Steam right now is Counter-Strike Global Offensive with 345,000. Now, if we go back to Roblox, this is only the third top game. If you see the top one here called Adopt Me, Gingerbread Adopt Me, whatever that is, 150,000 people are playing it right now concurrently. 150,000.
That would be number 3 on the Steam charts list. So it would be ahead of Destiny 2 at 116,000. So the game we're going to show you, New Swords Ninja Legends, has 56,000 players, making it more popular than Rainbow Six Siege. All right, guys, let's take a look at the game that's more popular than Rainbow Six Siege, Altay. Walk us through that quality gameplay.
All right, let's launch this and give me a second here to game capture this. Oh, there it is. And I got to set the volume down.
Yeah, so essentially, it's a player-made game on Roblox, but it really captures, like, this is like dopamine rush perfected for kids, for 10-year-olds, okay? This is what perfect game design looks like. You may not like it, guys, but this is perfection when it comes to the optimal amount of dopamine which are fed to kids as they play Ninja Swords, New Swords Ninja Legends. The actual gameplay is so limited, but this is perfection, guys. It is 56,000 players. It's averaging more players than Rainbow Six Siege. It's averaging more players than the vast majority of games on Steam. It's literally like a number 6. If it was on Steam, this game would be like the 6th highest population game on the platform. This blew my mind. I didn't know these games existed on Roblox. I mean, I've played like some CSGO clones, but never this.
So here's my character, and this is the gameplay. You guys ready? Where's there? Cell ninjutsu. Yeah, all right. So I stand here in this green circle, and I left click to attack. And as I attack, every time I attack, I'm gaining ninja stars on the left over there. So okay, I'm almost at 300, which is my cap. So I'll just get the cap. Okay, I'm at 300 now. I can jump. When I jump, it sells my ninja stars. So I've just sold 300 ninja stars, and I'm gonna attack again. Click, 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 and I can jump again to sell. Now once I've sold a bit, I can go right next door to this blue circle, and in the blue circle, I can buy a better weapon. So 1.4 to buy this. Buy now. So now I have a black shadow bamboo staff. So now what does that do? You might ask. Let's find out. Let's just go back here. I forgot how to close this.
So
there we go. Now we go back to sell and I attack, and you'll notice now I'm gaining money quicker. So all it does is make me gain quicker. Jump.
This is the entire game, boys. Essentially, it's a cookie clicker style game. It's a clicker style game, but with some open world elements, some PvP. But basically, all you're doing is you're attacking. You're basically mashing your left click button, and when you mash it enough, you can upgrade your weapon, which lets you gain more points every time you left click, just so you keep upgrading over and over again. Now, the crazy part is that it's basically that forever. Like there's literally thousands of there's like 1,000 weapons you can upgrade to, and people have played this game for thousands of hours. There's just so much left clicking you can do, you know, and that's the whole game. This is perfected dopamine rush for 10-year-olds. Roblox, guys.
Amazing. So I'm gonna close this now because it's a disaster.
But it blew my mind when I saw 56,000 players playing this game. It also kind of gave me like a wake up call. Just like, I mean, we play MMOs on this podcast, of course. I'm sure many of you guys have played MMOs. It just kind of tells me how small the MMO genre really is. You know, it tells me that there aren't really that many people playing MMOs nowadays. Because when you have a game like that one mini game in Roblox is 56,000 players. That's more popular than literally any MMO on Steam. Period. Like there's not a single MMO on Steam that comes close to those numbers. It's like 5 times more popular than Black Desert Online. And it is kind of sad that works. You know, I mean, the core gameplay it builds off a cookie clicker or any of those clicker style games. I mean, it's okay. It's you know, it's not terrible, but it is just remarkable how many people play that.
And I don't want to play this next one on stream because it's just too bizarre for me. But if you guys want to check it out, if you go down Roblox, the #1 most popular game, every time I've checked, has been this Gingerbread Adopt Me. And I'll just say this. It is very bizarre. You either play
Yes.
as a baby or an adult, and you like customize your house, and you like I guess it's mostly a role play thing. Like you adopt one player adopts another player. And look, all I can say is this is aimed for kids, and I suspect there's some weird things going on in this minigame here. So that's all I can say.
There you go, boys. That is peak game design, though. But again, this goes back to the concept we've talked about in previous podcasts. I really do think an MMORPG built on player-created content, the concept of player-created content, will do really well. We've seen a few MMOs kind of flirt with the idea, and we know Neverwinter did it with the player-made dungeons, which I thought were really cool. But I think they discontinued that, and we're seeing there's that one sci-fi MMO that's in development. Do you remember the name, Altay? By Nova Quark?
Dual Universe, that one?
Dual Universe. They're the ones doing it as well. So a few companies are playing with the idea, but I really think the next generation of like big popular MMORPGs will basically build off of player content. We've seen Overwatch actually said they're adding a workshop, right? So players can create custom maps and stuff. So I guess companies are kind of realizing this works, you know? And the biggest takeaway from Roblox is just to see like there are actually MMORPGs on Roblox, guys. Like actual, you know, with like RPG elements, leveling up and stuff. And those MMORPGs on Roblox have more players than like the vast majority of real MMORPGs that we talk about on MMOs.com. Like you will find MMORPG style games on Roblox and Minecraft, by the way. Minecraft has MMORPG style games that are more popular than like most of the games we talk about on this stream. So player-made content works, okay? Even though there's a lot of shit games come out of it, the few good ones will come out and it'll work. It's a law of large numbers. You throw enough shit at the wall, you'll find a diamond, all right? I'm pretty sure that's what the law of large numbers says.
It's very difficult to plan ahead of time to make your game dependent on player-created content. It seems like most of the time it just kind of emerges randomly as like a hub for. So I remember EverQuest tried to make a game called EverQuest Next, and the world of EverQuest Next was supposed to be populated by people creating custom content with a platform called EverQuest Landscapes or something. But it never the whole project really never took off. It was canceled. We've had a few other examples of games like this. I know Worm Online, which was actually the predecessor to Minecraft, is still up, by the way, is a whole like player-run, like player-altered MMORPG, but it's just never taken off. It's still around, but it's small. And so
essentially, it did what like Minecraft does, but did it with like infinitely more complex elements. You know, a lot of games that try building off of like player-created content. They tried doing it with like the survival game element mode, like Rust. There's that one choose your own MMO. What's it called? Medieval. It's a medieval. The medieval game. Choose something. Oh, I forgot the name. It's really escaping me. But it's very complex and it is too difficult to play.
Feudal. Life is Feudal MMO.
Yes, that's the one. Altai. Thank you. Life is Feudal MMO. And the problem with that game is that it gets too complex. It feels very much like Worm Online in complexity. I mean, the people that play Worm Online love it, and there's just so much you can do in Worm Online. But Minecraft just took that model and just really streamlined it. And what Roblox clearly did is they streamlined it as well. So if you can create an MMORPG that relies entirely on player-created content in some way, and the developer just makes the tools, that's the future, boys.
But it's got to be dumbed down. It's got to be dumbed down.
Yeah, of course. You cannot have infinite complexity. I mean, one of the reasons I think StarCraft 2 map makers were not nearly as impressive as the Warcraft 3 ones, the map maker was just way too complex. And I guess people couldn't figure out how to work the triggers. I mean, to this day, Altai and I play Warcraft 3 custom maps. To this day, I'm playing tower defense games on Warcraft 3 pretty regularly. And even StarCraft 1 we play. And these are old games. And they're only still relevant to us because of the player-created content. And not just us. We have friends that play these games as well. So, and MMORPG can capitalize on this is the future. You're not going to get another WoW clone that's going to be like this mega big deal. It's over. You can't make another WoW clone and expect to be a huge hit. You can make money, but it will not be the next big thing. The next big thing will be something different. My guess on what that something different is an MMORPG that relies entirely on player-created content.
I will say, just seeing Roblox this successful, these custom games, makes me feel like better about myself. Because when I do play those old Warcraft 3 maps with you, part of my mind is thinking, am I just weird for doing this? Like, I know I like these games, but maybe I'm just nostalgic and stupid. And why am I? These aren't popular. What am I doing? But Roblox shows that even this young generation, the current kids in school, like middle school and younger, this identical model works. These are basically ad hoc, simple games that require you to use your imagination. But there's so much variety, and they're really popular. So the model works. We're right, Omar. Okay, when we say Warcraft 3 custom games are good, we are correct.
It's proven. No, and the fact that Roblox is this popular absolutely proves it. And this has to happen. We cannot have another 10 years where every few months we get another WoW clone. Like Estelia, like Estelia isn't a bad game, right? And I don't mean to rag on it, but I'm gonna use it as an example. The game launched like in September of this year in the West, right? Like it was clear from the get-go. This is not trying anything different. This is just literally another Korean MMORPG, with like one unique element was the pet system, and that's it. Like it didn't try shaking anything up. Right? The next big MMORPG is not going to be another just knockoff WoW or just another generic Korean or Chinese MMORPG. It's not going to happen. We need something different. It works on Roblox. I just don't. And if you look at like even Valve with Dota 2 and CS:GO with the player created skins, like some element of player created content has to make its way into the next generation of MMORPG. It makes no sense that they aren't capitalizing on their own community. Like the biggest websites on the internet, Altay, and you know this obviously, are all Web 2.0 platforms like Facebook, where all the content is created by other users. Reddit, where all the submissions, like people go on Reddit to see articles, but honestly, a lot of Reddit is not about reading articles. A lot of Reddit is about reading other comments from other people on the content. So it kind of keeps all the community like in the same place, working towards making the community better. Like Reddit's own users are creating more content. I don't understand why gaming hasn't caught on to this concept when the internet figured this out like 10 years ago.
It has. It's just not the genre that we like. Minecraft and Roblox have definitely caught on. It's just other genres have not.
But that's it, Altay. We haven't really seen it anywhere else besides Minecraft and Roblox. We've seen it in CS:GO and Dota 2, only to the degree that some of the skins are player made. We haven't really seen any other games. Like if I saw more, if Blizzard releases a game where player made content like is a core feature, it'd be awesome too. I mean, we haven't seen that anywhere else besides Roblox and Minecraft. We're seeing it now with the workshop in Overwatch, and that's it. That's all we have.
Well, we'll see if there's any change. I'm a little more pessimistic than you. I don't think we'll get this kind of game in this MMORPG genre.
Mm-hmm.
New World might be it. I mean, I know they're trying to blend, like you said, the whole survival, and we'll see how far they can push that.
And so you mentioned about as long as WoW is still up and running, population MMOs will just flock to those handful of games. But I don't think WoW is the peak of MMORPGs. I hope not, at least. I do hope that we can get something bigger and better than World of Warcraft, and I think it's possible. I think people that say WoW is the end all be all, like the biggest, most popular MMORPG we'll ever see. I don't know. I think they're a bit pessimistic, and I've been pretty pessimistic myself. But I think a game that does these features that we talk about, I think it really could do wonders for it. I mean, I don't know. That's what I'm most excited for in the RPG space, or really in gaming as a whole. Honestly, I would just play like if Blizzard just made a game that was just like make your own game, like kind of like if Blizzard made a Roblox alternative, right? But a little more serious, maybe not aimed at 9-year-olds, aimed at adults and whatnot. I really think it'll do well. Whether it's through the Overwatch engine, where it's just that you can't slap it onto your game. That's the thing too. Like if you slap it onto your game, you get the extent of what you can make is like the Overwatch workshop. That's it. Or the CS:GO skins. You can't. That's the best you're gonna get. The actual gameplay stuff has to be designed from the get-go for this mechanism. One day. That's my dream. That's the MMOs.com dream, boys.
Well, keep dreaming.
Yeah. We did get a teaser for a New World.
Oh yeah. Well, a new teaser.
Yeah. It came out just I think yesterday or today. Take a look.
Let's see.
It's a whole lot of nothing, Altay. It's a whole lot of nothing.
Is it these?
So look at those. Yes, just look at it's basically these 3 weather effects on this tree.
Oh my god.
Guys, the game is right around the corner. We see 3 weather effects on this tree for New World.
Amazing. I can't wait to use a hatchet on this and get 12 pieces of wood. That's what I'm excited for.
Again, I like this concept for New World. I've always liked that concept, just like I like the concept for that medieval choose your own game. But the problem is the complexity is the problem. And I know Chaos Shield played a bit of New World as well. I don't think that they've solved the complexity problem. Honestly, you cannot be more complex than Rust. The crafting and gathering system have to be even easier than Rust to have any kind of mainstream appeal. Otherwise, it will just be niche.
Apparently, there's some kind of coded countdown in these trees. So look, 2. I guess this one was a 3. Okay, yeah. So every day they've been tweeting a tree with a Roman numeral on it. So 5, 4, 3, 2. So in 2 more days, there's gonna be an announcement.
That happens to coincide with the Game Awards. So something's gonna happen. Dark Game. I don't think I'm particularly excited for it. I like the concept a lot, but I just know the execution is not going to work. Like I love the concept of a game like New World. Like on paper, it sounded great, but in practice, it's going to be convoluted and complex. Because one of my favorite like style games is still Rust. I love Rust, and an MMO that's built on this like open world crafting, building your own towns and cities. it sounds amazing. It just I have a feeling it's going to be way too complex. It'll end up being like Worm Online and be unplayable. Yeah, way too many. The concept is great. I just don't think it's gonna work. I'm rooting for them. I mean, Amazon is pouring money into game development, so.
Well, let's take a brief detour back to the mobile MMORPG lane because there's a lot of games coming out in that lane. So another oldie coming to mobile, Dragon Raja. Have you guys remember this one?
Is that the same Dragon Raja as like that 2D isometric game we played like literally 10 years ago? No way. Is it based on the same universe?
Vaguely, I guess. I mean, it looks a lot better. I gotta tell you, it looks. This is one of the more impressive mobile trailers I've seen. Now, again, I doubt this has anything to do with the game, honestly.
Whoa, Altai! It says in the video it's based on in-game. No, it's based on gameplay. Altai, all right? You trying to tell me the video's lying? Footage. Tell me the gameplay. You tell me the video is lying.
But it kind of looks like this, like, you know, you're living in this Asian city vibe, like a modern-ish setting.
It looks really pretty. I think it's published by Zlong, which sounds kind of silly, but they're the company that makes World of Kings, which is a surprisingly decent game. I like this trailer. I think the game looks okay, and my only hesitation is it is a Chinese MMORPG, so it kind of makes me think the Dragonstorm game I showed you earlier is going to be somewhat like that. But this looks clearly like they're doing more, that they're building some kind of world. You know, it looks like a persistent world. It looks like some social elements to the game besides just grinding. And honestly, because it's by the World of Kings people, I'm actually a little more more optimistic as well. I mean, say what you will, World of Kings with its pay-to-win elements, I thought it was a pretty fun game. It's actually one of the better Chinese mobile MMORPGs I've played. And no, they're not paying me. I wish they were, but they're not.
Yeah, looks good. I'll give it a try when it comes out.
Yeah, and we were talking in the pregame as well. I mean, we both downloaded Black Desert Mobile, which is launching I think tomorrow officially here in the West, and I'm excited to try it too. I mean, I played the Korean version. I kind of know what to expect, but I'm gonna give it a try anyway because it is Pearl Abyss.
So there you have it. That's a mobile MMORPG genre coming in hot. New games being announced every day.
It really feels like it's like 2010 again for like MMORPGs, but instead of free-to-play PC MMORPGs, it's mobile games. There are just so many mobile games coming out every single week now. It's hard to keep up with them. There's literally a new one coming out all the time. And while most of them are like very generic, there are some like pretty looking ones like Black Desert Mobile, like Dragon Raja. So there are some gems coming out of there that could be good. I'm not saying they're going to be good, but they could be good. Whereas like a lot of them you can just kind of write off as like nonsense and bad. What about Secret World? The game's still going. Serial Grain.
Yeah, Tencent took a stake in Secret World publisher developer Funcom. Yeah,
that came as a surprise to me. I mean, Funcom they've been publicly listed in Norway, I think, for quite some time, but like they really haven't had any big hits. I think maybe the biggest hit was Conan Legends recently, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of their old games have been basically just kind of dead old games for a while. I mean, Anarchy Online is old, but it's still running. I guess it's still kind of a small moneymaker for Funcom, but I don't know. The whole Conan universe hasn't been too appealing to me. I did play Conan Exiles with you. I called it Conan Legends earlier, but played with Conan Exiles. I thought it was pretty fun, but honestly, I'd rather just play Rust. Dude, Dark Venom mentions Shaiya. Alta, do you remember Shaiya?
I do.
Dude, that game, Shaiya was like one of the early free-to-play MMORPGs here in the West, all right? Both Shaiya and Last Chaos through area games. I got some memories, boys. I remember in that game, you can make a hardcore character, all right? And as a hardcore character, every time you leveled up, you got more skill points, which is kind of cool. Like, you don't see that, like even the idea of a hardcore character, I think is really cool. I mean, the only games we've seen is Path of Exile and Diablo, right? And that's it. So in Shaiya back in the day, you can make a hardcore character, and you gain more skill points per level up, and more like stat points, if I remember correctly, which is such a cool way to kind of reward yourself for being hardcore. But if you died, guys, you were dead forever, which is really cool. But no game experiments with stuff like that anymore either. Like, wouldn't it be awesome in World of Warcraft if you had a hardcore character where you just literally have more stats than other players? Like, every time you level up, you just have more stats than anybody else. But if you die, boys, you're dead forever. Like, it'd be cool. And I feel like it wouldn't take anything away from the game if they had stuff like that. Like, somebody playing a hardcore character wouldn't like skew the balance of the game. Would make the content really any easier because again, if that player dies in a raid when they're trying to do world first content, like good luck. You're gonna die in one shot mechanics anyway. Like, you gotta hand it to Shaiya for at least trying shit like that back in the day. Like, it feels like no one is ambitious anymore. That's my biggest gripe with MMORPGs and games today. Like, we're spoon-fed the same old formula again and again. And if you just play with the formula a little bit, you could still squeeze some life out of these games and make it more interesting. I would make a hardcore character in Final Fantasy 14 or World of Warcraft today if they had it, just for that small benefit. I wouldn't like risk doing any hard content. I would just play super safe, but it'd be cool to have a character like that. I mean,
I think the reason we're not getting that is the cult of balance. Balance, I think, has really narrowed the gameplay elements, gameplay risks that these developers take. If anything is overpowered or underpowered, it immediately gets the ire of people, and they just don't want to deal with that headache.
RuneScape does have it with the Iron Man mode, right? But do you actually get any like bonus stats for playing an Iron Man?
Or is it just a straight up handicap?
Yeah, that's the thing too. It should give you a benefit, but not enough to really ruin anything. I mean, let's see. Nope, just nerd pride. There you go. I figured it was that too. Which it's still cool that they have it, right? For the people that want to try hard. But why not? Like the way Shaiya did it, you just got more skill points per level, which is kind of cool. But the weird part about the Shaiya system is it wasn't really fair because the game's cash shop. With the game's cash shop, you could pay for an instant revive. So if you're playing a hardcore character in Shaiya and you die, you just pay money. You don't actually lose your character. But obviously, you have to pay money to do that, which is totally breaks the whole point of having a hardcore character like that. But the concept is really cool.
Do you remember one of the original gameplay elements that Chronicles of Valeria was kind of like boasting about?
Yeah, you age and die or something.
You age and die, and the way you pay for the game is through you become a spirit and you got to buy another body or something. And that was like
it's a cool concept.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, that game's never going to come out, so I can't really get too excited for that. But it really feels like the core formula for MMORPGs. Not only have they stayed still, we've seen nothing to really shake it up. And you don't have to go full blown crazy. Like you can change the existing games and the designs without like remaking the whole game. Like the whole idea of the player created content. Like I get that's a stretch. Right? I get that we're not going to get an MMORPG built on player created content for some time. And you got to kind of redesign the whole experience for that to work, right? But the idea of adding a hardcore character, it can be slapped into any MMORPG today at like minimal expense. Literally copy paste the character, but you get more stat points as you level up. But you die forever. Like it's one more way to play the game. Maybe it can only be unlocked when you have a max level character. So like new players don't like roll that character by accident. So like you lose. Like what do you lose, Altay, if Final Fantasy 14 added that feature? It seems like it wouldn't take anything away.
I don't lose anything, but I can see that some people are going to whine that now somebody the same level as them is doing more damage.
But they die forever.
I get that, but I just think the reason we're not seeing this is because people just bitch about balance too much.
Do the players really care that much about balance?
I mean, they must, because that's where the cues are coming from for the developers.
Maybe, but it does seem like people can go. You don't have to add any new skills. Just imagine Final Fantasy 14, where you just literally have more primary stat. Every level you get a bit more primary stat. So at max level, you might have like 100 more primary stat, or like 200 more primary stat. It's such a small amount. It's like 2 pieces of gear, or like 1 piece of gear difference, and that's it. And I would do it. I would have a character. I would have just like I would literally never risk anything. I would just sit in my house or hit training dummies and level up very carefully and never do any raids. Right? It would just be fun to have. Maybe they're more concerned about blowback that like if you die to like disconnect, you might get mad or something, right?
Oh yeah.
But I feel like they can give you all those disclaimers, like like heads up, you might die to like disconnects or like even emergency server maintenance, and there is no going back. This is a part of the experience of playing a hardcore character. If you tell you that on the character creation screen, and you know that going into it, and you can only do that after you get a max level character, I feel like every game can only benefit by this. Just having another time sink, like MMORPGs need to have reasons to keep you coming back, and this would be one reason to keep me coming back to Final Fantasy 14. And practically really any other game I'm addicted to at the time. Yeah, maybe it's just a Remo thing. I feel like you're not nearly as excited for this as I am, Altay.
I will say I think I'm not excited for delete character thing because, like you said, I think lag and disconnect is just too common. But I think that's why I think Path of Exile has found the perfect balance. So you can either make a hardcore character or a regular character. If you make a hardcore character, you're in a separate like servers, like a league, but with other hardcore players only. Then if you die once, your character and everything you have on you gets demoted to the regular server. So in this way, all the hardcore people are in a separate instance, basically a separate realm, and you can just get bumped down. And once you bump down, there's no way back up. You gotta make a new character. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. You're playing with hardcore people. You have a hardcore character. If you die once, you're out of that world. You cannot interact with those people again. But you keep your character.
I guess you could do that with this concept too. Like imagine this character become a normal character after it dies.
Exactly.
You lose
you lose your stats. You lose your extra stats.
Yeah.
Then I would do it because I don't need to lose. If I get disconnected or something, I'm not going to waste 100 hours of my life.
That's true. That's a good middle ground. But it hurts my soul that I love these games, but just no one's trying anything different. We're really getting the same like basic gameplay stuff over and over again, like little things that really wouldn't like take much resource to develop to keep things interesting. It just never. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a whiny. I'm a whiny dude. I don't know. I just want to see a little bit more, a little more ambition with these games in game design, a little more excitement. All right, and we've seen it in Shaiya of all games, of all that the generic Korean game. Shaiya did this, but Shaiya was a wholly generic game, right? But this one element I thought was really cool, actually.
Well, we'll keep waiting.
We'll keep waiting.
Speaking of ambitious, I want to talk about this before we forget. The League of Legends and Louis Vuitton mashup. What do you call it?
Crossover. Not crossover. It's cooperation.
So the actual IRL clothing is out now. So if you want to buy League of Legends themed Louis Vuitton items, you can do that. And obviously, it's Louis Vuitton, so they're very expensive. This jacket, for example, that this lady's wearing, cost you $5,000, over $5,600 for this biker jacket.
Check that shit out, all right? You get that shit, you're gonna look dope, all right? You got IRL cosmetics, boys.
Here we go. Let's do some shopping, boys, all right?
Let's go to LouisVuitton.com. Let's take a look. Add it all to the cart.
It's not even loading. All right, here we go. So this one is $2,000 for this. It doesn't even, I don't know. What do you guys think? All right, let's see this guy's look. Wouldn't you want to walk down the street looking like
that asshole? Pass. He looks like a total
How does this
douchebag.
even look like League? I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the League of Legends on here at all. Like, I'm not seeing it. What is this?
I don't know.
How is this League of Legends related?
But okay, I love this part. Complete the look. So for an additional $1,890, you can get this this bag here. Isn't this exciting?
Very exciting. I don't even see how this relate to League of Legends. What about this bag?
They got blue paint and white paint splattered on the regular LV stuff.
There's literally nothing about League of Legends on here. Like, are those? I don't get. Somebody who actually knows what this is, please enlighten me, because I've played League for like a long time, and I don't see any League inspiration on here at all. It's on point, League player, Kappa Pride. I don't know. Maybe they go for a Kappa Pride look with the rainbow colors on there. It doesn't make any sense. I think they have a couple shirts with like the characters on them, which is like obviously League related. But beyond that, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, you gotta respect Louis Vuitton for really charging up the ass for this stuff. Like, look at this, a key holder. This is a Louis Vuitton key holder with the new hero coming out, I guess.
At least you can see what it is. Then you can at least see the character from League.
$515.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems like a giant ripoff for Remo. I am not only like obviously I'm not rich enough to buy this, but like if I had $1 billion or billions of dollars, I don't think I would buy this. I really don't think I would spend. I don't see any appeal of spending $500 for a bag charm. What is a bag charm?
Well, look, here's a picture. You can put it on your bag. And then it becomes a charming bag.
I didn't even know this was like an accessory. I didn't know bag charms were things you could like, add. Okay, so you literally clip it on to the handle of your bag. I learned today this was the thing. I didn't even know this was a concept. Very strange indeed. The skins are out for some of the characters too, or they were limited edition skins that came out, I think, after the Worlds, and they're adding some more Louis Vuitton skins in the game in early 2020 apparently for the new character they're adding a new Louis Vuitton skin for that too. But the prices, I didn't see any of the prices that were like too crazy in game. So the actual virtual items are not crazy expensive.
It has to be the ugliest shoe I've seen in my life. So they're charging $1,140 for this shoe. What are your thoughts, guys?
Very ugly. Like, if they gave me this shoe for free, I wouldn't wear it. Honestly, I don't know. I wouldn't wear this for free. Like, it seems like, are these people operating like a completely different world than we are?
I just remembered something. This is not for us. This is for China. And China's gonna buy this shit because they love this whole street hip weird look, but they don't really get it, so they just buy like this weird stuff.
I just don't get like whose mind thinks this looks like okay.
China.
Like, it looks embarrassing.
A Chinese mind.
This stuff actually looks like cheap like costumes you buy at Party City after Halloween. The shit that nobody else bought. It looks strange. It looks weird. It looks so odd. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a boomer. I don't know. Not doing it for Remo. Not doing it for me. Hey, look, the t-shirt is fine. The most normal looking thing here is that t-shirt and those pants, those leggings. Those look fine. I'm not sure. This top looks weird, but the pants look fine in this outfit, and the t-shirt with the character looks fine. That's it. Those are the only two things on here that like you could wear it, and I think you look normal.
Nice. Well, there it is, guys. Now there is a skin coming out with the new character. I think next month or something.
Yeah, early 2020 with when the new character comes out.
So stock up now, okay? Be sure to stock up now, and then go sell to China.
I don't know. I thought this collaboration would be more like in-game items, in-game skins. We've seen a couple, but not too many. And the in-game stuff I thought would be kind of cool if they did a good job with it. And there are some pictures of the skins coming in-game. You can see the Louis Vuitton logo on the new character, which is again a bit strange, but I can see people buying that more so than the real. I thought the whole point of the collab would be more in-game items rather than real-life items.
No, okay. Right. I want to have a quick talk about this. So, imagine there's an in-game version of, I don't know, like this bag. You can have a little bag for your character, and it costs like $2,000.
Yeah.
Would you be as harsh on that as you are on the IRL version?
Yes, $2,000. Again, I would view it as a waste of money. But I think if you wanted to spend, if somebody had a lot of money, they wanted to spend it, God bless them. They can spend $2,000 on whatever the hell they want, you know? Whether they buy the bag or the in-game bag, doesn't change my opinion of them. I would the same opinion of somebody who spent $2,000 on an in-game bag or $2,000 on an IRL bag. There's no distinction for me.
Okay, so that's the difference. I think, okay, as stupid as they both are, at least with this bag, you literally get something in the real world. First of all, it retains its value a little bit. You can sell it for like, a half or a quarter online. Or you can actually put things in it and carry it with you. And then, so now there's a utility function there. Or maybe
but I can put things in a plastic bag too if I want.
Yes. And I agree. A single plastic bag has more value to me than all the skins in League.
That's bullshit. Hold on. You'd rather have a single plastic bag than
if I cannot resell the account. If I cannot sell the account,
yeah,
you
cannot resell the account. What bullshit? Even what about a game you play? Let's say like Dota 2. Would you rather have all the skins unlocked in Dota 2?
Can I sell?
Remember
Dota 2. You can sell the skins.
No. Let's say you cannot. They're bound to your account or a single plastic bag.
I'll get the plastic bag.
Why are you lying to me, bro? Have you bought any skins in Dota 2? Have you spent even a penny on it?
I have.
Yeah, of course you have.
I've made money on Dota 2 cosmetics.
Oh, I'm not buying this bullshit, Altay. You would 100% rather have all the skins unlocked.
But I made money on it. No, I wouldn't buy it.
Have you ever bought something for yourself to wear in game?
No, I don't think so.
I don't believe you though when you say you'd rather have a single plastic bag, which to you has a value of like 1/10 of a penny, versus every time you play Dota 2, you can wear whatever. Yeah, you can also play Dota 2. You have thousands of hours in Dota 2. You can choose different characters.
And what does what are these in Dota 2? You get all the characters to begin with. So what would making my guy wear a Santa hat do for me?
What you buy clothes IRL, Altay? You bought like brand name boots.
As long as I know, I can't walk around naked right now, so I gotta buy.
You buy brand name boots. Your
brand name boots.
You can buy that. You can buy some knockoff Chinese nonsense for like $10.
Boots.
Okay, there you go. $100 boots. Why don't you buy $5 boots?
Because the $5 boots is not gonna be waterproof. Or at least I don't have that. I don't know if it's gonna work.
You could have bought like $40 boots that were waterproof. If you were, you could have saved money there too. You bought the brand.
I bought the brand.
You trusted it. It was nice.
Exactly, I trusted it. I didn't want to do the homework to save that $60. You know what I'm saying? Like if there was an identical product without the brand name, and I knew it was identical, I would buy the non-brand name.
I still find it hard to believe that you would rather have a single plastic bag than all the skins in the game you regularly play. I think for me the choice is obvious. Even though I've only spent like $40 on League of Legends since the game came out, and I've been playing it for like I don't know, God knows how many years, like over 6 years. I've been playing since beta actually. I got that UFO Corky skin, but I spent like $40 on the game. But like to me, the skins have value. Like not a lot of value that some people would have, but I would much rather have like an account with all the skins on it than like maybe like $250 even. To me, some people probably pay way more than $250 for an account with all the skins unlocked. But to me, that's a minimum. I pay at least $250 for an account with all the skins on it. I do not have PAX TF, Lowy 9. I got a lot of. I only spent $40 on my entire League account. It's got a lot of old skins from that UFO Corky, yo.
Well,
I'm not buying your position up.
All right, so let's take a bet. Do you think this Louis Vuitton line will sell well?
They did the collab with Final Fantasy 13 with Lightning, so I mean they have some experience with it. I don't know. I think they're really ugly, honestly, but I don't know. My sense of fashion should not be judging over here because I wear literally the same I have like 20 of these gray shirts that you're seeing me wear on stream right now. I wear this and jeans every day. That's the Remo wardrobe. It's literally like 20 gray shirts or black shirts. They're usually gray or black, and that's it. So I am the worst person to approach for fact. These are Forever 21 $5 or just the basic shirts from Forever 21 or Zara. There you go. Schlonky says he bought cheap sneakers for $10.
Look, I agree that the quality is all that matters, but the problem is, as someone who doesn't know anything about clothes or shoes, I don't know which of the off brands is a functional product. So I just went with one pair in my life so I could go into the water or the snow and not get my feet wet.
Sure, I know. It still seems pretty unbelievable that you'd value something at a penny more than. I'm trying to think. What other games do you play a lot of? In almost any game I play a lot of, I still would value the cosmetics more than I value. Like in Final Fantasy 14, I mean, I clearly valued the emotes in that game. Like I spent like maybe $5-10 in the cash shop there too, but like I would much rather have all the special emotes unlocked than $20 to $30. So I don't know. I guess we're a bit different on this front.
Oh, so you guys are missing the point. The price is obnoxious, but they look like crap. Honestly, they do look. This was such a lazy design by Louis Vuitton. All they did was take their existing product, right? And all they did was put these streaks of black, white, and blue paint, right? Like it doesn't look good. Like I feel like they could have done so much more with this.
It's just some really shitty camo.
Yeah, like that's the
I don't
part
get it either.
It's a really bad quality. I don't know.
I don't see it either. I don't see the appeal whatsoever. They look ugly. They look at too much.
It looks like you took a regular pair and just ruined it. You know, like a regular Louis Vuitton bag, and you just spilled paint on it.
Yeah, pretty bad. It's pretty bad. They did try doing with Final Fantasy 13 stuff. Silver Green. That was a couple years ago though. Now, I'm sure their non-league stuff might look a little better, but I don't know. I've never actually like. I don't think I've ever stepped inside of a Louis Vuitton before. I see plenty of Louis Vuittons. I live in Las Vegas, and when Altay and I walk through the malls and the casinos here, every casino has like 2 Louis Vuittons. So they're literally everywhere. But for some reason, I feel uncomfortable walking into a Louis Vuitton or any really expensive store.
It's the invisible class barrier keeping you out.
There is. It really. There's something. I don't know.
Shop on this website.
How do you? You don't even know how to shop on there.
I can't even. I want to see product. All right, here we go.
Premium fashion, weird champ.
So this is $4,000. This is $1,500.
What a deal! Sort by most expensive out there. Let's see the good shit. Filters, top right. Let's discover the collection from. All right, there's only 44 items there.
You can't sort by product price.
Oh man, that's not. What's even the point, Altay?
Okay, I found the real uglier shoes. You know, we thought the other pair was ugly. I think I found an uglier pair.
All right, let's see it.
Here we go. Have you seen a shoe this ugly?
It looks like a sock that's like glued to a sneaker sole.
Yes.
But like it's kind of held upright somehow. This auction house sucks. I like it, Derpy. Find a cheaper realm. Very strange. Very ugly. IMO. But somebody's buying it. Market has spoken, Altay. The market has spoken. All right. If there's a market for it, must be great. All right. Let's get out of there. Let's talk about a game I think we're both excited for. I think we mentioned it last week as well. But we finally have an official release date coming out for the early access for TemTem. This is easily the game I'm most excited for besides Lost Ark. And honestly, I'm actually more excited for this than Lost Ark at this point. Because this is basically the Pokemon MMO that we've kind of been looking forward to for a while. Look at this bad boy. It's coming out on January 21st. So I will be picking the game up. It will be buy to play at launch. And it should be launching in early access with a 20-hour campaign, co-op elements working, and 76 TemTems to catch. So this looks like an actual Pokemon MMO that looks pretty legit.
So I'm a little surprised by the number 76. I figured they'd at least just go for 150 to literally copy Pokemon.
I mean, clearly they're worried about balance and stuff too. And they did say key features coming soon. If you scroll down, they're going to be adding up to 161 plus more TemTems.
Oh.
So what they have obviously now is a pretty early version of the game. You know, they are calling it an early access, and 76 is not terrible. But I agree with you. They should have like a lot more. You know, the whole premise of Pokemon that makes it really cool is you got to catch them all. You know, there's some really rare ones and whatnot. But I imagine stuff like balance is what kept them from adding a shit ton at the beginning, because this is supposed to be an MMO. You know, PvP battles are a pretty core part of the game. Now, there will be ranked battles at start, but there will be PvP battle available right from the get-go. And they're adding pick and ban ranked PvP when they add more TemTems to the game later in the future. So I think the only reason they don't have more is balance.
I think this game. I really hope this game does well, and even if it doesn't, I think it will be good for everyone because Nintendo needs a kick in the butt when it comes to Pokemon. I mean, they're getting lazier and lazier with each generation. So if they have some kind of competition, I think they can really realize that they got to protect their billion-dollar franchise. They can't just shell out schlock every year and have people buy it over and over again.
Somebody asked how big are the islands? I mean, I don't know how big the islands are in the game, but we've had a couple of viewers in our previous podcast talk about them playing the game's closed beta, and I've heard good things. The few people I know that did play this game, I've heard really good things. There's some videos of some alpha footage, closed beta footage of people just really, hyped for the game. So I'm optimistic on this one. I'm really optimistic for it. I guess it's being published by Humble Bundle, but I think there's a Steam page for the game as well, and I'll be buying it. I actually asked for a free copy. Cross my fingers. If I get a free copy, that'd be awesome. If not, I will end up buying it regardless. This is a game I am personally most excited for, and it's a game that's actually happening. They had a Kickstarter, I think, in May of 2018, but by then the game was probably almost done as well. So it was Kickstarter funded, but they're actually delivering. I knew from the get-go they were going to deliver because what they showed in the Kickstarter was actual gameplay available right then and there, something you don't see in a lot of Kickstarter games. So this is the game I'm most excited for in 2020, and I can't wait to play it.
Yep, agreed.
No word on Lost Ark yet, boys. No word on Lost Ark yet. Just that from last week we mentioned that they hired one guy to speaks English as a project manager. So I'm expecting that to come out in 2020 as well. But this is the one, boys. TemTem, don't let us down. I'm actually blown away that we haven't had a Pokemon clone like this on the PC since since TemTem.
I'm also amazed how soon it's coming. A little over basically 5 weeks, and we got TemTem.
Even with we talked about the Kart Rider game, with how popular Mario Kart is, why on earth did it take this long to get a Mario Kart clone for the PC? I don't get it. We've seen so many knockoff games for every platform and every kind of game, but with Pokemon as popular as it is, no real studio developed a proper Pokemon clone on the PC. And there are fan-made games, by the way, that are immensely popular. There are some pirated Pokemon MMOs, some bootleg Pokemon MMOs on the PC browser today that are crazy popular. And this is made by an indie team. This is made by a real studio. So I think it'll do better, TemTem. But with how popular Pokemon, Mario Kart, and even Mario Party, why aren't there any real games that just copy these games on the PC? You copy a successful game like that, and there's no other competition, and it's maybe a free-to-play alternative or a lower-price alternative on the PC, it'll make lots of money. So it blows my mind that we don't have more Pokemon clones, more Mario Kart clones, more Mario Party clones. There's that one really awful Mario Party clone. It's called something Party. I forgot what it's called. I actually bought it on Steam. It's garbage. Don't play it. It's unplayably bad. And that's it. I forgot what it's called though. The name escapes me. I do have it on Steam though.
You didn't return it?
Oh no, I didn't return it.
Oh,
it was really bad. I played 2 rounds of it and it was there's 8 there's very few mini games and just bad. Yeah, why are they? I don't get it. There's so many more WoW clones too. Copying WoW is a lot harder to succeed, right? Because there are so many WoW clones. Copying Mario Kart, you have no competition. Copying Mario Party, guess what, guys? There's no real competition. In fact, that one Mario Party clone game, which is I said was really bad earlier, it sold a lot of copies. It's a financial success for the indie team that made it. And this TemTem game, I am confident TemTem will be a financial success. I'm very confident it will be a financial success. Even if the game sucks ass, the fact that there's a Pokemon clone and how many people love Pokemon and what they're promising, an MMO style game with Pokemon, that alone will get people in the door. I mean, they might hate the game later, but it's gonna be a financial success because of its genre. It's just bizarre to me that we don't see more clones of games that are really popular and there's no competition for.
Yeah, China, come on, get with it. I want a Chinese clone of Pokemon. I want a Chinese clone of Mario Party, Mario Kart.
It's strange. Strange that we're not seeing more clones for these games.
Did you hear of the Humble Bundle changed to the Humble Choice Bundle?
I heard about it, but I didn't really read. I'm still subscribed to Humble Monthly out there. What changed? Anything changed?
Well, a little change for new people, but for you're grandfathered in. So basically, there's 10 games a month now. You get them all, but everyone else has to pick from those 10, depending on how much they're paying a month.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so basically for your price, you're getting all 10 games. The next best is you get 9 games, but it costs $20 a month, which is less.
Wow.
Which is less than you're paying already.
Yo, who wants to buy my Humble Bundle account? All right, I'm gonna sell for double what I'm paying for.
Yeah,
get my money back.
You got a grandfathered account, all right?
That's good shit. I still have so many games in my Humble Bundle which I never actually redeem. Though I did get I do like Humble Bundle because I get all these games every month. I got a copy of of Slay the Spire. I already had the game, but I did gift it to a friend, and that's a game I really love. I think Slay the Spire is one of my favorite like games that released in the last few years. And they're actually making a mobile version finally. They officially announced a mobile version is in the works for Slay the Spire, so I'm gonna buy it on mobile as well, only because I play the game on the PC so much, and that's a game that would work really well on mobile. So I do like the surprise of getting games every month, even though most of the games I don't end up playing. Nintendo is very slow, Amix. I don't know. Nintendo is very, very baka when it comes to like adapting. Right? It took them a while to get on the mobile game bandwagon, and even now with mobile games, Nintendo doesn't actually like make their own mobile games. They just partner with other studios to make them, which is shameful for a 30, $40 billion company like Nintendo. Yeah, it's just weird. How are they incapable of making their own mobile games? You know, usually if you want to partner to make a game, you're a smaller studio that you know the developers do it yourself. That makes sense. But Nintendo's like a huge company. Why can't they have their own team of mobile game designers and developers that are making their own games?
I have no clue.
Very strange.
No clue. Especially,
Okay,
the funny part of that is too, the Switch uses an ARM CPU, ARM-based CPU. So they're literally coding or whatever for the same instruction set that they would need for iOS and Android. So it's not like they're they're using their own weird chip. They just don't know how to do it for ARM chips. I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah, Nintendo's a little bit baka with that, but they've been their stock prices I think near an all-time high. So they've been doing really well because the Switch is launching in China. I think Nintendo's popular. The Switch also kind of keeps surprising everyone. It's selling really well. Though for me, the games I play the most on Switch are still Smash Ultimate. So that's really that's like the game I bought the Switch for, and so far the only game I got real value for on my Switch.
I think
that's all I've played.
Nintendo's really smart not to discount their games, so they know they have a few like big, well-known games like Smash, Mario Kart, whatever, and they don't go for sale for like $5 like these other games. So even today, like Switch launch games, the first-party games, are like near full price.
That's always been the case, though. Even like the old, they always hold their value compared to other games. You can always resell them on eBay for like a decent chunk. Back to some MMORPG news. Capcom apparently shut down Dragon's Dogma Online. I feel like we knew this was coming for a while, but I feel a lot of it was on Reddit earlier today, and a few of the news sites covered it today. But this was officially announced, I think, like a year ago. So yeah, a year ago they announced in July that Dragon's Dogma Online is shutting down. So it's finally happening now. Game is going to be done so as of already shut down. December 5th was the day.
Only, right? It never really made it here.
Yeah, never even made it to the West, which is weird because like it just seems so strange that we have games like Dragon's Dogma Online, which was Japan only. With the internet and how everyone's like connected online, why limit yourself to one market? I don't get it. Like they put IP blocks in place, they make it difficult to register. Like even the entire games client is in like Google translated English. That's fine. Like why don't they let the whole world play it? It just I don't get that. Like they own the game, Capcom owns the IP, and they made the MMO. Why restrict yourself to one market? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, true.
Like even if it's a really shitty English UI that's Google translated, some people would play it. Like why limit yourself on your player base? It was underwhelming and non-EDM, but it's just weird to see games IP lock themselves and kind of handicap themselves. Like they won't even try to license this game in the West. So if they're gonna publish it themselves, might as well keep it going everywhere.
Yeah, the weird thing is, like you said, it's literally the same company that owns it and running it. So with Monster Hunter Online being China only, that makes sense because Tencent does not own Monster Hunter. There was a license, and they licensed it just for China. So that makes sense. But the fact that Capcom owned the game and they ran the game doesn't make any sense.
Altay, did you play Eve Echoes yet?
No, I didn't. Is it good?
I did not. No, I'm gonna download it now as well, so I don't forget. I do want to play it only because it is Eve Online. I'm curious what people are saying about it. I'm gonna check the Android store. It's actually in beta, so you can't really see any reviews yet. So they call themselves open beta, but I don't think you can actually play it right away.
I don't think you can play it because I searched for it last time. I couldn't find it.
Yeah, me too. I searched for it too. I remember now.
I think it's out for Android, but not iOS maybe.
Yeah. Well, you need Test Flight to get it on iOS, which is their beta software thing. So yeah, we didn't get to play it yet, and I can't see any obvious reviews online. So rip. I do want to see if people are gonna like it though. This is kind of the test if NetEase can make something decent, because people are worried about Diablo Immortal. They're worried about all the other games NetEase is making for Blizzard. So we'll see if they do a good job with Eve Echoes. This is the company that's really good at copying games, so I have a little faith in NetEase, a little bit. More so, at least if a Chinese game is developed by NetEase or Tencent, there's definitely more hope than some random company. Yeah, we talked about it, Wolf Nothix, so we should be finding out, I think, in a couple days what the... It's going to be on December 12th, we'll find out with the Game Awards. Oh, Evaco is banging. Nice. All right, Fire's got the singing the praises for the game. Oh, China's doing pretty well, Schlocky. I mean, Path of Exile has a lot going on for it, Relation. Quite a bit with Path of Exile 2, Path of Exile Mobile, and the new expansion coming out for it. Path of Exile still killing it.
Diablo Immortal is gonna make a big chunk of money, guys. Let me tell you.
Yeah, in China. No, I don't think it'll do well in America. I'm not optimistic on a lot of these games in America. Like all the games that seem to work well in China just don't work in America. And honestly, it applies to Korean games as well. You know, I don't think Black Desert Mobile will do well in America. I'm actually pretty confident it's gonna be a flop.
Really?
We've seen Lineage 2 Revolution, Altay, was also a flop in America, and it continues to be one of the most popular games in South Korea and Japan. Black Desert Mobile is huge in South Korea and Japan. It's out in both markets. It's doing really well. I'm not sure about China because I don't remember seeing the Chinese app store, but it's doing really well in both Korea and Japan. But every one of these games that like Lineage 2 Revolution, right? Altay had every advantage, right? They spent so much money on advertising that game to the point where literally everyone has seen Lineage 2 Revolution. Every single person on this stream has seen maybe one of their favorite streamers play it. They paid every big streamer to play this game. It was advertised everywhere. They spent like tens of millions of dollars advertising this game. And despite that, I don't think it's doing. People are not playing in the West. It's not popular at all.
Yeah, in the West, these hardcore, I guess, like MMORPG style games for mobile have not taken off. It's been basically casual, turn-based kind of stuff, strategy games, Candy Crush games.
Mm-hmm.
So
and spoilers, guys. Black Desert Mobile is going to play like Lineage 2 Revolution. The only real difference is it's a better character creation and better graphics. The core concept is the same. You got the same autoplay heavy elements, and it's going to have the same pay-to-win elements that you saw in Lineage 2 Revolution.
I think League Mobile is going to be the game that opens up the hardcore market of mobile in the West.
Maybe one game has to do it. So Altay, I'm looking at the US market, right, for iOS, and I'm not seeing Lineage 2 Revolution even on the top 500. That's pretty bad, Altay. Top 5, it's not even on the top 500 after all the money they spent. That's terrible.
Surprised.
You know what game I am seeing, Altay? Fake Grand Order, baby. Every once in a while, it jumps up when they release new content. But these are the most popular mobile games here in the West, highest grossing games. They do set in Orochi. They have Honor of Kings, also known as Arena of Valor, which is basically a LoL mobile. But they're officially making a League of Legends mobile now too. Yeah, I mean, Rams 1. Lineage Revolution is a huge success. An unbelievable success in South Korea and Japan. They spent... I've never seen a mobile game advertised as much as Lineage 2 Revolution. If you guys remember, I think it was like a year ago, every big streamer, even like the streamers with like 10,000, 20,000 plus viewers, were playing Lineage 2 Revolution as a sponsored stream. Every single one of them. And the game had every exposure, and now nobody's playing it. That should be... I don't think Westerners like playing mobile MMORPGs like that, where it's just an autoplay game. And really, the only games that mobile games do really well in the West, there really aren't any MMORPGs that do well on mobile here in the West. There really aren't any. You can see the list I gave you all day. Nobody's playing mobile MMOs here.
I actually think. Well, I can't log anymore. But I do think. So you like to say that the Asians actually are better at more hardcore when it comes to mobile, but I think Americans have it right. Mobile excels at casual. Things like Candy Crush, Pokemon Go. It's a strategy games where it's like not real time. These, or even like quick little mini battles like Clash Royale. These are the best mobile games. I don't want to sit there playing Lineage 2 for 4 hours on my phone. That makes no sense to me.
No, I think it can. I think it can. I just don't like the complete autoplay and zero responsibility by players. I think there's you could design a game that has enough player engagement on mobile for it to work. I don't know. People do play. Like, Dragalia Lost can be played for hours at a time sitting down, Like, there are games that work like that. I'm sure Dragalia is decent, isn't it? Nope. I can't even see on the list. Yeah, it's not in the top 500 here. In Asia, I feel like the transition from PC to mobile as a primary gaming device, it happened much quicker, and with all the hardcore players as well. Whereas now, there's still this divide here in the West between hardcore players and more casual players. And a lot of hardcore players now do play mobile games. They play both. Whereas I think in China and Japan and Korea, more players are basically playing exclusively on mobile now, much more. And if you look at streaming sites too in China, I mean, people are streaming these mobile games all the time, and that's it. They're literally streaming mobile games on their Twitch. That's like the main thing now. And I don't buy that as on-the-go travel entirely. Again, people are literally sitting home all day and playing these games as well. I think for a lot of people in Asia, it's replaced the PC. It's replaced the laptop as a primary gaming device. And the games reflect that too. The games that are popular in East Asia are more traditional hardcore games, actual MMORPGs, FPS games, racing games. The games popular in the West are basically idle games, games that you know, Clash of Clans, Candy Crush Saga, games that you can play without too much. As Schlocky said, bathroom time games. FIFA Gacha loot box. There you go. Yeah, no hardcore game is really popular here in the West. Old school RuneScape is number 393. And again, RuneScape is really popular, but even that game is not hugely popular on mobile. At least on the at least not making a lot of money on the highest grossing list. Probably one of the only MMORPGs on the list, though.
All right, enough mobile talk. Anything else, or are we ready to go with some post game?
I think we go back to the post game for a bit. I wanted to see some more overpriced, expensive items, but we can look at it in the post game.
Yeah, we can make fun of Louis Vuitton in the post game.
All right, later for you two.
Take care.
Altay, what's